It will save in a different file ครับ
Okay. Let me share screen. Okay, you guys see my screen now? Do you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes, I
correct.
see you.
Okay. So just I think just go to classroom and then okay, this post, I think we're going to be like using this for both like morning and afternoon. In the afternoon, it would be like workshop. Let's see if we get like fast, like done with the lecture fast, then we might just get started with the group work. Why do I have two posts? It's not this one. It's TOLAS. So we're going to use this one, TOLAS acquisition. Let me just delete it. Okay, so we're using this one. Oh, yeah, okay. Do I have X2 Excel? I think they are the same, the Excel file. So this is the lecture file. Okay. Yeah, so this one is today's like the morning lecture. There are two Excel files. Just we're gonna I think it's redundant. So oh no, we have two files. We need to use two files. Sorry. Okay, so just download the slides, and you might just want to go ahead and save the data. Anyone just came in, just like tell me your name. Okay, so today we're going to study like the case study about acquisition, like merger acquisition. So pretending that we are the senior analyst, financial analyst at a company called TOLAS. And then CFO has asked you to look into a potential acquisition of a competitor company, which is called Micro, to boost declining sales. In Young, if students come in, you can grant them access, right? If it's in the waiting room.
Okay ครับ
Okay, the board of directors want to understand the impact of this acquisition that it would have on TOLAS's overall sales margins and product categories. So we would have to develop like a dashboard to help in the analysis. And what they need would be, they want to see the top 5 product categories in sales for TOLAS before the acquisition, which you will build a bar chart. By the way, this one you won't have to like submit the workbook, but you might just want to go along and practice it, because in the afternoon you will have to do like your own case, which I have like a new data set. Your CEO likes to explore data himself, so you want to be able to change. Let's say, what if we want to see not just top 5 product, but like top 6, top 7, and so on, just make it a variable. So we will also construct like a top end product categories where we can change the parameter. So we will learn about parameter today. And then a comparison of monthly seasonality for 2 companies, which when we want to compare, just like discussed last time, when we want to look at the data that is time related, normally line chart would be better than other kinds of charts to see the trend or relationship with the time. And we will explore like the function of seasonality, which is the how does it change according to the months. And then a breakout of sales by province for Tollus, Micro, and the new total sales after the acquisition, which we will use a bar chart with a calculated field. We'll talk about this. And we want the dashboard to display percent of total profit by province for Tollus after the acquisition. So we want to see like what the acquisition will have the effect on the company's like overall profitability, to see if it's worthwhile to acquire the company. And maybe if you have like the cost of, how much would it be required to invest to acquire the company, then you can just like do like analysis on it with maybe the increase in profit per year, and then just kind of like do like cost benefit analysis. When will it pay off? How many years? Is it worthwhile to acquire the company? And like how would it affect? So this 1% of total profit by province would just tell us like how the profit will improve with related to the province, the sales in each province or the profit in each province. And then 6 is the historical moving average of monthly profit. So we will also learn about constructing moving average using Tableau for the combined companies, meaning like the total company after acquisition, using the previous 2 months and the next 2 months. And I'll just discuss something. When you do the case, you're not fixed to like just develop these, right? For example, if you want to see moving average, you might not just want to look at the combined companies. You might want to look at each different company as well to see like, yeah, because of without the acquisition, the moving average would look like this. With the for each individual company, and why is it that when combined together, does it change? And just the same as with like the other items, you can do like separately and then after acquisition as well. So the first one is the top 5 product categories. So this one, they want to see top 5 product categories in sales for Tollus before the acquisition. So again, this one is asked for like product categories before acquisition. But when you do analysis or the workshop or your case, you can also construct additional like let's say top 5 products after the acquisition and see if it changes or not. And number 2 is your CEO likes to, no, we're just doing number 1 first for here. So we're going to do top 5 product categories in sales. So download the data. There are 2 files, like we are learning how to do analysis from data in 2 files for this case as well. So let's go ahead and open Tableau. So the old company, the original company is called Tollus, and the new company is called Micro. And we have 2 Excel workbooks, that's Tollus and Micro. I think the workbook is named like Tollus-1 and Tollus, I'm in the Excel file. Let's see, Microsoft Excel. And then just go to Tollus Acquisition Analysis -1. That's the first file. And in here, if we look, let's see, the worksheet name is Tollus. And that's only 1 worksheet. So it just loaded the data right away. So this is the first company, like the mother company or our original company is Tollus. Now look at this, the date. It's separated into 3 columns, year, month, and day. So we see that from last time we learned about the date function and date parse. So this looks like we have to do something about it to combine all these. But the difference last time, the date parse, is the data is in string type. But this time, look at this, it's all number type with a hashtag. So we want to create a date field. I'm not sure if this is a website or a video. Let's see. It's just a website. So that's like the information, like the more details on the date functions. So we will use the command when the difference is this time the data is in numbers. So we can, there are 2 ways to go about it. Is when it's numbers, you can use the command called make date, or you can convert all of these to string and just use date parse like last time. So let's try the make date thing. Okay, make date. So click any, let me call someone up. Satapon. Okay, share your screen, please, and then try to create a date field.
I I can share the screen but I can explain ครับอาจารย์
You cannot share the screen.
I use two different devices, so the device that I use is not installed the theme, so I can.
Okay. Then I'll just let other people then. Yeah, you. Who else? Liu Long, are you here yet?
ครับอาจารย์มาแล้วครับ
No, I'll call someone else because you've already answered. ต่อลาบมายังคะต่อลาบ no. Hatsana, can you share screen?
Yes ค่ะ
Okay, share screen and then show us like creating the date field.
ไม่เห็นไหมอะคะ
เห็นไหมยังไม่เห็นค่ะ
อาจารย์เห็นยังคะ
ค่ะเห็นแล้วค่ะ Okay, yes. So back to my screen. Okay, so now we have created like the date field using the command make date. Next, we will create like a sheet for top 5 product categories. And we are now working with like the data of the tallest company, which is the first company. And just notice here, we have only input like one workbook. So go to sheet and then name it top 5 product. And then drag product category to columns and drag sales to row. Because we want to see like the top 5 products with respect to sales. Just go back to this like top 5 product categories in sales. So that's why we need to drag sales and then product category. And now it's just showing every product. And we want to make like it only display top 5. So drag product categories, drag product category to colors. We wanted to show different color. product category to column on the marks pane. Now it changes the colors. And then drag product category, drag sales to label. We want to show like the value of the sales. Label. Now it's showing the sales. Now we want to show only top five. So when we think about, we want to show just limited items or limited like data, then it's what command do we need? We need filter to filter out to show only what we want. So, and we want to filter by the sales. So we will drag sales. We will drag product category. We will like filter out like to show some product category. So drag product category to filters. And then we are going to show by the top here, and top by field, which in this case is the sales. So it's already showing top sales, and it's some sales that we are doing. You can do like top sales, top average sales, or so on also, or top maximum, top minimum. But now we are going to do top sum, and we will choose top 5. So we change this to 5. And then here. So now we have top 5 product. Okay, now it's not sorted. It's just like, it's top 5, but it's not sorted. So we would just click one of these. This would be ascending, and this would be descending. So we want, what do we want? We want descending. Okay. And you just want to keep saving. And remember, when you hand in your work, please hand in as a TWBX. Because like if you save it as TWB, all the data is lost, and then you don't have any thing to be graded, and then you're just losing your score. But since I'm working on my computer, I'm just saving it as TWB. But if I'm gonna export it and show to like give to someone else, I need to save it as TWBX, because if I save it as TWB, what's gonna go is just this blank worksheet with no data, and then some of the functions or the charts would just not go with the workbook as well. So we finished with the first one. Now, next is create top N product parameter. So instead of just like top 5, we want to make it top N, so that we can change. Let's say we want to do top 3, top 5, top 6, and so on. This is to allow people like CEO to explore the data for himself. So we will make a copy. Duplicate, sorry. Duplicate, and then we'll name it top N product. Then we will create a parameter by right-clicking on the data panel. So this, right-click, create parameter, and name it top N. And we want to make it a data, the data type to be integer and set the current value to 5. So this, change this to integer. And then current value set to 5. Click OK. Now we have a new parameter. Let's just check. Let's click edit to check what is in there. Let's just go back to the allowable value is we are making it a range. Let's check here. Just click to range. Then it would probably be like a scale, a bar that we can slide. Let's just check this one too, minimum and maximum. Since we have 10 companies, 10 product categories, then the minimum should be 1, maximum should be 10. This is in the range. Save. So next is create a set. We use sets to compare and ask questions about a subset of data. Sets are custom fields that define a subset of data based on some conditions. Then In-Young, I think you need to share the video. I'll send 2 links. So the first video would show like creating sets, and then the second video would show us like how we working with the sets. Okay, In-Young, yes.
แล้วมี sign in แป๊บหนึ่งนะครับ
ค่ะ
Welcome to this video on creating sets. You can download the exercise workbook to follow along in your own copy of Tableau. Sets are a powerful analytical tool in visual analysis. Let's say I'm a local manager focused on corporate customers in the Latin American market. In this biz, I have the number of orders the entire organization has gotten over several years. I want to see if my customers follow this trend. I've created a set of corporate customers in the Latin American market. By bringing the set to color, I can immediately see that we didn't have the same dramatic upswing in orders as the company overall. I should look into why that might be. Sets in Tableau can be thought of as combinations of data, like filter results. Here, it's the combination of only corporate customers, only in the Latin American market. Sets can be created by the user in Tableau Desktop from specific data in the view, or created via a calculation. They will appear in the data pane at the bottom, labeled with the set icon of 2 overlapping circles. Sets can have slightly different icons depending on how they're created. Some data sources may already contain sets when they're brought into Tableau. These will be indicated with a database icon together with the circles. Additionally, certain actions, such as filter actions on a dashboard, may create sets. As a rule, you as an author won't need to interact with these action sets. Tableau creates them automatically to ensure proper filtering across views. Last, user filters for published workbooks have a user filter set icon. Now let's build some sets. First, we can simply select marks in the view, say high discount orders, and with those marks selected, click the set icon in the tooltip. This is similar to creating a group. We'll name the set high discount orders, and that's all there is to it. Sets made from marks are called constant. Constant sets are quick and easy, though as the name suggests, they are not dynamic. Let's create another set and look what options we have with constant sets. Because we're creating this set the same way as high discount orders, we could choose to add or remove these marks from that set. But let's just create a new one. One option we have here is to exclude. This will make a set of all the marks we did not select. Sometimes it's much easier to select the members we don't want in the set. We could also X out any of the dimensions that are currently being used to define the set. Remember, sets are like filter results. If we remove a dimension here, we're removing it from the requirements to be in the set. If we X out everything but month, we'll get a set of all the orders in the months that held the points we originally selected. Let's take order priority off color, changing it to a detail so we don't lose that information, and bring this new set to color. We see what's in this set. Note that month is a discrete date part, so despite the fact we only selected marks from 2012 and 2013, we have members in this set across all 4 years in the viz. If the analysis requires a set whose members are dynamic and update as the underlying data changes, the set needs to be computed rather than constant. For example, if a set is defined as customers whose name starts with A or orders whose average discount is over 8%, we likely want this to update as we get new customers or new orders come in. To create a calculated set, right-click on the desired dimension in the data pane. We'll use Order ID, and then we'll select Create Set. We'll name this Discount Greater than 8%. Next, we need to determine the condition for the set. The Condition tab can set rules, such as the discount field, averaging, over 0.08, which is 8%. If we wanted to enter a formula like customer name starts with A, we could put it down here. If we bring this set to color, we see that yes, profit for these orders is a bit lower than the overall trend of the data. Sometimes our questions can't be answered easily with a single set. Combining sets brings additional value and power to the analysis. Sets based on the same dimension can be easily combined. In the data pane, we'll right-click on one of the sets and select Create Combined Set. We'll name it very creatively Combined Set. Select the second set from the drop-down. Note that not all of our sets are listed. If the second set we want to combine is not available in this drop-down, the sets may not be based on the same dimensions. For example, our set A, negative profit orders, can only be combined with other sets based on order ID, not something like a set based on customer name or a set made from marks in the view. If we have these two sets, A and B, the possible combinations are all members in both sets, known as A union B. Here, any orders that are either negative profit or high shipping cost will be in the combined set. Shared members in both sets, known as A intersection B. Here, any orders that are both negative profit and high shipping cost will be in the combined set. Except shared members is direction specific, so it has two options. Any negative profit order that is not high shipping cost, or any high shipping cost order that is not negative profit. We'll go with this one and select OK. Once made, combined sets function just like any other set. And combined sets that are built off of dynamic sets continue to be dynamic. Thank you for watching the Creating Sets training video. There's more information on sets in the Working with Sets video later in the section.
Okay, next video about the other one. It's going to be about working with sets.
Welcome to this video on Working with Sets. You can download the exercise workbook to follow along in your own copy of Tableau. This content builds on the Creating Sets video. Sets can be edited, but to what degree is dependent on how they were created. If a set was created from marks, such as LATAM Corporate, right-clicking on the set and selecting Edit Set will bring up the list of requirements to be a member, and the only option will be to remove individual requirements. Members cannot be added to this existing set, though a second set can be created for the desired new requirements, and the two sets can be combined. If the set was created from a calculation, such as customers with A names, right-clicking and selecting Edit Set will bring up the same dialog that was originally used to create the set. This can be modified and saved. If the set was created by combining sets, right-clicking and selecting Edit Set will bring up the combination window. This can be modified and saved. Sets can be used like any other field, but they have the additional feature of in-out versus members. By default, when a set is brought into the view, say to color, the marks are colored for which fall within the set and which are not in the set. By contrast, if we change the set to detail by clicking on the color icon in front of it and selecting detail, then right-click on that pill and change the mode to show members, we're now only looking at members of the set, and the filter shelf shows that we're actually filtering by that set. Sets can be thought of similarly to filter results. If there is a subset of the data that can be thought of as a useful set, or a frequently used combination of filters, it may be worthwhile to create a formal set from these filter results, and then use the members of that set instead of constantly evaluating filters. When a set is first created like so, there's an option to add to the filter shelf. This immediately then uses only the members in that set. This is the same behavior as using show members. Alternatively, to create a set from a single filter, right-click on the filter shelf's pill and select Create Set. Note that if we were to remove all of these other filters, this set shows exactly those same filter results. Like groups, sets can be added to hierarchies. We can drag LATAM Corporate into the products hierarchy. Now when we drill in the bar chart, we see the only place that has in bars is LATAM, and the smaller bar here is for corporate sales. Sets can also be used in calculations. Here we have a set based on customer names that start with A. If we wanted to know the profits from only these customers, all it takes is a simple calculation. Right-click on the set and say, Create Calculated Field. We'll name this A Name Profits, and the formula will be a simple if statement. If customers with A names, then profit. End. This will check to see if a customer is in the set, and if they are, it will return the profit for their orders. This is a very basic example, but using sets in a calculation like any other field gives them a lot of power in the analysis. Thank you for watching this video on working with sets. We invite you to continue with the free training videos to learn more about using Tableau.
Okay. So we will be creating sets to work like with the top end category. So let's see, we're on the top end product sheet. Right click on product category dimension. So click on the arrow and then click create and then set and name the set top end products. And then select top by field. And then here, we will use the parameter. We're going to make it the top by number of the top end value, which is the parameter that we created. So, and then we're doing some sales. Again, we can just change this to average or whatever that we want to work with. So I'm just checking, so it looks like we are fine. Next, we don't want to show top 5, we want to show top n, so we will clear this. Filter. Remove. So it's back to showing all the product category. Then we have created parameter, but we didn't show it on the scale yet. So just do this, go click on the right and then show parameter. And it's going to show up here, which we created like the scale of the sliding bar, which would go from 1 to 10. Okay. But now it still doesn't change anything because we haven't linked like the top end to the set yet. We've created set, but we haven't like really done anything on it. You have to use it as parameter. So drag top end products to filter. So now it does filter according to the top end product, which we shows by the sliding bar. So if we change this to, let's say 5, it's going back to showing top 5. And then like this, it's back to showing top 8. So we can just play around these numbers here. So we finished the top end product. Next is comparison of monthly seasonality for the two companies. And we will use line chart. So that means if we're saying two companies, that means we have to now import another worksheet. I mean the Excel workbook that belongs to Micro. So go to the data source here and click on the arrow beside here and then new data source and then Microsoft Excel, and we will import the second file, which is TOLAS Acquisition Analysis-2.
คลิกตรงไหนนะคะ
Data source here. Let me just go back. Add ก็ได้มั้งค่ะเดี๋ยวนะ Data source and then here arrow here. You see this arrow?
ค่ะ
New data source.
ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
ค่ะ Okay, then notice that here the data changes to micro, and if you drop down this, you will see there are two names. So if you choose this, it's going to shift back to TOLAS. If you choose this, it's like we are working with micro. Now again, we need to create date field because this is separated. So we just do make date. Create calculated field date. Make date. Year, month, day. Okay, so that's the date field here. So we are still in micro and we have the date field. Now create a new worksheet. Just add this and name it monthly seasonality. So monthly seasonality and then select. Now we are going to work with TOLAS first. Notice here there are two data sources showing. So we can click this to work with the TOLAS. I'll click this to work with micro. You see here, okay? So we will work with TOLAS first. And then we will drag date to columns and sales to rows. So date here would be date of TOLAS sheet, date to columns, and then sales to row. Okay, right now it's just showing the year. which we don't want that. We want it to be the month. And by seasonality, meaning like we don't really want the month of the year. We just want like the month to aggregate all the years. So you will choose month May, then it's showing the seasonality. And now it's seasonality by sum, but you can change it to like seasonality by average, which to me maybe monthly seasonality by average would be more suitable, or we can just work with both when you do your analysis. So what do you think? Should we use sum or average? Can someone like discuss, and what would be the difference when you do analysis? Let me just call someone. Mahiton. 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 Hello. Not here. Is Mahiton here? You guys hear me? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Mahiton here? No. Tarin. Tarin. Hello. Is Tarin here? No.
Ajahn, what was the question?
Just discuss like what do you think should be used for seasonality? Should it be sum or average? And what would it give us, like, I mean, why do you think sum or average, or should we use both? Just kind of like discussion. What is your view?
In my opinion, I think average is better because this one is an aggregated value of month of all the years.
Mm-hmm. And what would, like, why do you think average is better? What would sum be?
So it shows the average of, so it gives the rough idea about what's next year on this month gonna be, not all of the sum of the month.
Okay, so average is probably better. Yeah, let's just choose average then. Okay, thank you. Where are we now? Okay. So I also think that average is better because sum is like aggregating. We don't really know, like, some years it may have like very big information at some point that is like shifting the whole graph. But then when you do average, it's like you're smoothing it. You're really like seeing the overall seasonality. Okay, so we have done the seasonality for TOLUS. Next, we want to put like the two data set together in the same sheet or same graph. So we will choose micro. Now we will work with the micro data. So we changed to choose the data source to be micro. So we just click on micro. And notice here, like we already have the month here and then average sales. So we are working on this. We will just click the sales to like another, we can't really, let me just try something. Sales, if we drag it here, it will create a different chart, but we actually want it on the same chart. So we'll remove it and then just put drag sales to like the axis. Why is it like that?
You're comparing average to sum.
Yeah, but what do I do? Just change this?
You should either change one to be the same aggregation.
Yeah, but how do I choose? Just do average first, right? Okay, and then I can drag this up here. No. I need to move it to the right. So yeah, just drag it onto like the axis on the right, the y-axis, and now it's, I think this is right? Should be okay. And then how do we change color? Let's see. No.
How you have to change the color individually. You should click on the right there, right? Yes, on that.
Color.
Then change the color.
What is this though? Like I don't really know which one is which one, so I think I would just go and name this sales of something. This one is micro, so I'll just sales micro. Just so that I can differentiate it. Sales of Tollas. Okay, what's happening? And then I want to change the color. This is Tollas. Just change Tollas just be blue. And then why is this up here though? Make this orange. No. Something is wrong.
So can you go to the alls, the all marks?
The
marks, can you click on all?
Okay.
All. And
No.
under marks.
All.
All, and then can you remove the color first? Drag the color out.
This?
Right. Just remove that pill. Remove. And then can you drag the measure names?
Drag again, right?
Measure names. Measure name. Under the year. Yeah, right. Measure name, right? That one.
Here?
No, on the left. Under the year.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Measure
Okay.
names. Measure names. Can you drag it to colors? Right.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so what we had to do is measure names. It's this will just take the measure names that are on the pane, right?
Right.
Is it? Okay, so we drag measure into color, meaning like whatever measures is on the pane, it would show different colors. Okay.
อาจารย์คะของหนูมันเส้นมันไม่ทับกันนะคะ
มันอยู่คนละกราฟใช่ไหมโชว์หน้าจอ share screen
เป็นอย่างนี้นะคะ
you need to drag it on drag it onto like drag the other one onto the right hand of the axis, the y axis on the right hand.
ลาก
So
อะไร
remove click average, the right one, average, and remove it.
อันนี้
No, the In Young, can you help?
ครับ can you remove the average cell again? Remove the pill.
อันนี้ใช่ไหมคะ
Remove, and then drag the cells on the left.
เซลล์ของโทรัสใช่ไหม
Cell ของ
อันนี้
อันที่
เซลล์อะไรอ่ะที่เราลากไปตอนแรก
อันเมื่อกี้ที่ลบคือของไมโครค่ะ
โอเคงั้น
you go to micro. No. Right of the chart, on the chart. Remove. Click remove. Drag that. Don't release yet. Drag it to the right of the chart. Right hand. Drag it more right. Okay, drop. No. You have to move a bit closer to the axis, to the y axis on the, yeah.
ได้แล้วค่ะ
Okay, yeah.
ค่ะ
Okay, so we have the chart, and we probably want to make it like the average, not the sum. Okay, so this we will do this like later, like when you do the workshop or like the group work. So from the seasonality, we can like look at the chart and then discuss like difference of the seasonality of the two data sets. And think about how can this information be used, and then add this analysis to the report that you will make. This is for the group work. So next is breakout of sales and total sales after acquisition. We want breakout of sales by province of Tollus, Micro, and the new total sales after the acquisition, which we will use a bar chart with a calculated field. So create a new worksheet. Name it sales by province. Drag province to rows. And then drag sales from both databases to column. I have already renamed them, so now I can differentiate. So column. And then I'll change to micro. It's not changing the color. So let's see. I guess we can do this later. Let's try if we, now we cannot drag measure names, can we? No, doesn't work.
You have to select the TOLAS, not the micro.
Oh,
The data.
why is that? Oh, because we started from this.
ครับผม
But it's not the right color. We want like red and whatever. So yeah. So I'm just trying to make it like same color. So there's just blue and red.
Is it just me, or it seems like your screen sharing is very laggy? Like I see like it's not very. I'm not sure. Can for the students, do you have the same problem as me, or it's just me?
Yes, I agree with you.
Mine working fine.
Okay. Let me check the network. So do other students see fine or not? Is it okay? Let's just see again, okay, if it's okay or not.
It's better.
How do I get to this? I want to change this one, the color.
I think can you try again? You have to remove the columns. Right. Okay. Oh wait, you can, yeah, remove all of them first, and then you should drag like the measure values instead on the left on the data pane. You the most below, the most bottom, measure values.
Oh.
Okay, and drag it to column.
Nope.
And then drag. Wait, hold on. And then drag measure names on top at the under the year, and then drag it to rows. And right.
It's just like skipping the steps now.
And
we don't want to separate this. Let me just so you want, what were we doing? Sales? Sales to columns.
And then
I'll just change the color here. Blue. and then go to micro, right? And sales. And it's red now, so it's fine. Okay. So this is just like on a separate. We just did 2 charts. But we want to show it like a side by side, so we could go to like show me and then click this one. It's going to show like a side by side chart. And this is by province. Here is showing like different provinces. And now there's like the label sales micro and sales Tollas. Well, if you didn't change the name, then you can like just click over here and then rename alias. Like right click, edit alias, and then just like rename it. But then you would have to know which one belongs to which. Okay. Okay, so now we have this chart.
อาจารย์คะ
ค่ะ
คือว่าพอตอนลากจังหวัดอะค่ะ มันมีไม่ครบเท่าอาจารย์
ลากจังหวัด
ใช่ค่ะ
เอาแชร์สกรีนมาสิ
อันเนี้ยค่ะ มันมีแค่แบ
เอบ อ
เนี่ย
ไหนลองทำใหม่ลองเอาออกหมดเลยแล้วลองทำใหม่ดูprovince อ๋อหนูไปฟิลเตอร์ไงเช็คต้องฟิลเตอร์ต้องคลิก all edit filter just remove everything do again remove because you clicked filter yeah just do it again province now it's showing everything okay now so what happened was like before somehow your province was showing in the filter so it just filtered out some of the provinces that's why it doesn't show all
Actually, the problem is that she used the filter from the micro data. That's why it seems like everything is selected, but then when you use filter from the other data source and you use the same filter in the main source, it kind of like it acts like that.
Yeah, what happened? What did she do that?
Like she dragged the province from the micro data into the filters.
She dragged it first. That's why it's filtering just the micro subset.
But it also affects the data of the Tollas.
So that means if like both, if let's say there are provinces that appear, like let's say if there's Chiang Mai that appears in Tollas but not in micro, and then there's the other one that appears on micro but not Tollas, it would not show all the provinces.
It will just neglect, so there won't be an error, but sometimes there's a problem like during a filter. I mean, I should get into more details in here, but just to simplify it, you should be careful with the filters. Usually it doesn't have a problem. Usually it just excluded. Like for example, like you said, if there's a Chiang Mai province in Tollas, but there's no Chiang Mai in micro, right? So it will just when you're when you're visualizing, it just doesn't show the Chiang Mai for the micro. That's it. It just excluded. But then when you're dragging the filter into, if you're working with TOLAS, if you're working with the TOLAS, but you drag the micro, the province from the micro database and you drag it, it will, it affects your view for the TOLAS. So if you're working, so just to summarize everything, if you're working with one database, stick with that database. Don't try to go to the other database and try to drag the filter from the other database.
Yeah, but this would mean that we won't show all the provinces, right? It won't be a union. It would just be like whatever the first database that you drag.
I think explaining with with the data, with the visualization would be easier, I think.
Yeah, can you do it?
Let me just share.
I'm just wondering, like, is there a way to merge like the provinces to show both the union of all provinces?
I think in that case, we may want to use a set, but
so that's too complicated.
Let me show something like this, I think. Let me create a duplicate. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna do this from the start. Oops. So let's say, wait, what are the provinces, right? And then the sales. So I'm choosing the TOLAS acquisition. So it says province and then the total sales. Okay, let's do it like this. And then now let's say you want to filter it, right? So you filter it like this, which is okay. But then let's say that for some reason, you chose the micro TOLAS acquisition, right? And then you drag the province in here instead. And you can see in here that sometimes it doesn't show because you're using the filter from the micro database. And let's say that you chose everything, right? And this is the problem that happens to one of the students. I don't know what's her name, but the one that has a problem. Like you're using the provinces, this one, like the pill from the TOLAS acquisition database. But when you're using the filter, instead of dragging the province from this pill, right, from this tab in here, you accidentally, for some reason, went to the other database and you drag the province from this database to this filter. So that's why you can't find the other provinces. So that's her problem.
Or do you think that maybe like if we want to show both the provinces from both sheets, then we have to like use like join or something?
Usually we don't use, when you're combining the two databases together, we don't really use this type of functionality. We don't use filters. It makes more sense if you want to analyze like the aggregation and everything. It makes more sense to combine the databases using the join. But I think it's for the other next time. I mean, for the other lesson.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
If the easier way is, let's say TOLAS has everything that micro has, so you will be using the TOLAS as the main source, so you will be filtering everything based on the TOLAS, because like micro is more like a subset, right, of TOLAS. But you can't go the other way around, so you can't use micro as the main source, because or else you will be missing a lot of data that exists in TOLAS.
Okay, yeah, I got it. So yeah, just like we discussed that in this case, if you're using like the data from two different sheets or sources, just make sure that one is a subset of the other, and then you work with the one that covers all the provinces. as the main one.
Oh, and by the way, just an addition. If in real life, if you're working with these types of a lot of data and you want to do a lot of things with it, for example, like joining, combining everything, it makes more sense to just combine the whole data all together using something like data prep, or just combining into one single data source would be easier. So you don't have to deal with all these connections. But this is, what Ajahn is explaining is just for the case of, when you're trying to simply just using relationship.
Okay. See, where are we? Okay, I think we're finished with this. And we can change it to horizontal, just like, swap row and columns. This is just a chart, not a map though. Yeah, we want a bar chart. Okay. So next, let's just take 10-minute, 15-minute breaks, 10-minute break first. Let's see. Okay. Let's take 10-minute break, come back at 10:40.
อาจารย์ครับ อาจารย์ครับ Hello.
Was I muted? I'm sorry. Was I muted?
ครับผมอาจารย์ครับ ฮัลโหลครับทำไมผมโดนมิวตลอดเลยฮัลโหลครับอาจารย์
ว่าไงครับ
จะพี่เก๋ครับผมเหมือนมีปัญหาไอ้มันseasonality อะครับมันผม drag เซลล์ของไมโครไปใน rows แล้วแต่มันเป็น straight line ครับ
sales แล้วก็เป็น straight line
ครับ
I think the problem is you must create date on both data ครับ
คือ I must have to drag the date ใช่ไหมครับ
No, you have to create date like
I'm just create already created
for both data ครับ
yes
Taurus
ครับ
and Micro
yes ครับ I already created
Can you share your screen? Or I should stop the
data source I'm just created for the micro ครับ and the Taurus I'm already created too
Can you go back to the chart?
ครับ
Okay. So which one is which? Can you rename the sales? Go to on the left. The sales, the sale. Do you see the sale field on the left table? Can you rename? Rename. Right click and click rename. And this one is for Taurus, so you say Taurus sales. Yeah, sales Taurus. you put sales in there too, so that you don't get confused. And do you also do it for the other one? Problem is micro. Okay. Can you change? Oh wait, let me see. Can you change from average to sum for both? Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a problem with the connection, I think. Can you go to the data source? Wait, let me see. Sales. Okay. Can you look at that? Go back to the chart again. Okay, can you remove the micro? Wait now. And let's see. Okay, click micro again and drag sale of micro to the right. Wait, let me read. Sorry. Okay, let's try debugging now. Okay, click OK. Create a new sheet. Okay, and then you drag the year. Okay, so, make sure that micro is selected. Okay, drag the year from the date. Click on date. No, not that year. The date. And then you drag the sales icon drag to rows. Okay, and then you disaggregate year. You click on the plus icon. No, click on year, the year icon on top. Click, and then you select month. Okay. See, now it shows in here, but it does not show in the other worksheet. Why is that? Can you go back to the sales by province? Sales by province. Sorry. Go to month seasonality. Okay, I think there's a problem with the date. I think it does not recognize the date for some reason. Okay, can you go to sheet 5? Okay, now go to the data source. I think there's a problem with your date. Date. This is TOLAS, right?
This is TOLAS.
Okay, can you go to micro?
Oh, I think may not.
You input the same formula for when you create the date, right? You click on make date. I think the name is different. Can you go again? Go to the other.
Oh, okay.
Name is different, right? It's the capital letter and lower letter. Yeah, you have to rename it to a capital letter. I think it should work now.
Oh, okay, that's all. พี่ติครับ
back to my screen
อาจารย์ครับ
ค่ะ
ผมไม่แน่ใจว่าอาจารย์ได้ยินผมตอนต้นคาบไหมที่อาจารย์ถามเช็คชื่อผมอะครับ
ชื่ออะไรคะ
ชื่อริ้วลมอะครับอาจารย์
เรียกค่ะแต่ไม่ขานเพิ่งมาหรือเปล่า
อะไรนะครับ
เพิ่งมาเปล่า
ผมมาตั้งแต่ตอนเช้าครับอาจารย์คือตอนนี้อาจาร
ไม่
ย์
ได้
เรียก
ยิน
ที่
เนาะ
ผมเหมือน
เรียกนะ
ที่อาจารย์มันน่าจะเป็นปัญหาที่เป็นมิวใหม่ครับอาจารย์ที่ผมเรียกอาจารย์ตอนแรก
เอ๊ะมีแล้วนี่มีเช็คแล้วนี่
มีเลยเช็คแล้วใช่ไหมครับขอบคุณ
มี
มา
แล้
ก
ว
ครับอา
ค่ะ
จารย์ครับ
ต่อลาบมายังคะ
มาแล้วครับยังไม่ได้เช็คชื่อครับ
มาตอนไหนเอ่ย
เพิ่งมาเมื่อกี้เลยครับ
มาสาย
ใช่ครับมาสายครับขอโทษครับ
ค่ะ โอเค ครบหมดแล้ว แล้วนัทธนิชาตกลงฉีดวัคซีนมาไม่ได้เหรอถ้าทำงานยังไงเนี่ย
ผมยังโทรหาทิชาไม่ติดแล้วน่าจะไข้ขึ้นนะครับเห็นเมื่อคืนเขาบอกว่าไข้เริ่มขึ้นแล้ว
แต่เราจะทำไงเรื่องงานเนี้ยส่งเป็นรีพอร์ตเหรอ
ก็ถ้าเป็นงานในห้องเรียนก็เดี๋ยวให้เขาดูวิดีโอแล้วก็ตามส่งทีหลังก็ได้ครับอาจารย์
ค่ะ
เดี๋ยวถ้าเป็นงานกลุ่มเขาก็อยู่กลุ่มเดียวกับผมอยู่แล้วไม่มีปัญหาเลยครับ
ก็ไม่ได้พรีเซนต์เด็ โอเค เดี๋ยวอาจจะให้เขาทำรีพอร์ตส่งต่างหากโอเค let's continue okay we had this next we want like the sum profit to show on the graph too, which is like the total profit of both the data sets. So go back to select the TOLAS, and this is just like a reminder that we always should work from TOLAS because it's the kind of like the big set, and the micro is the subset of TOLAS. And this is how like it works with like two different data Excel worksheets as the data. You always should work from the big set that is like covering all the provinces and the products too, I think. So select TOLAS database and then create a new calculated field, total sales. So I'm just gonna, here we check TOLAS and then right click on the data pane, create calculated field, and then just name it total sales. And we want it to be sum, so we just do sum. And this is where the problem will happen is that like if you didn't use sales, if you change the name just like I did, then we would have problem here. So I'm just going to change it back. But before that, I will do the edit alias here. Edit alias and just sales micro. And then edit alias, sales TOLAS. And let me just change this back to sales like it was before. And then I'll just do this one too. Okay, now I go back to TOLAS worksheet and then sum. It doesn't shape. It doesn't work. Why? Okay, some sales. So some sales plus, and then we will use if null because like we want, what would happen if the data is null, and if we don't use this, it's gonna give us like some error. So we are going to say that if the information in this is null, we will replace it in like the micro sales is null, we will replace it with 0. And then this is like micro sheet dot sales, meaning we are working with the sales from the micro sheet. So some sales plus if null, and then some micro, just type MI, and then you see over here micro, and it's just giving you like just something that is not what we wanted. So just go ahead and like just delete it. Some micro told us, and then we will change this to sales.
ฮัลโหลอาจารย์คะ
ค่ะ
นัดทนิชามาแล้วค่ะ
ค่ะโอเค
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Okay, I think I have too many parentheses. Some sales plus if null dot sales. Let me check. Some micro.
อาจารย์ลืมคอมมาศูนย์นะครับ
Oh, okay. Thank you. Comma 0. So if null, make it 0. And then, so we have created a field called total sales. Now we want to add it to the chart. So click, we will drag total sales to the measure values card. What's the measure here? Now it's showing up here, and the color is purple. Okay, so that's nice and cool. Measure value card. Just let's see what it is. Maybe I'll just share like from the voice. Let me know if you hear sound. I'm just sharing my computer sound here.
Welcome to this video on measure names and measure values. You can download the exercise workbook to follow along in your own copy of Tableau. Have you ever wondered what measure names and measure values are? These are fields that Tableau automatically creates to enable certain types of analyses. Let's make a classic text table. We'll bring a dimension, like category, to the rows shelf, and another dimension, order priority, to columns, and finally, a measure, shipping cost, to text. And there we have it. But what if we want to see multiple measures instead of just one? For instance, if we want to see sales and profits for each of our regions. How would we do that? Okay, we'll bring region to rows and sales and profit to text. This isn't what I was imagining. I wanted to have my measures next to each other in a column each, like in Excel, not two marks in the same cell like they are here. But Tableau uses different logic than Excel, and the functionality of measure names and measure values allows for greater flexibility when dealing with different data structures. Remember with our first table, the columns were set by the dimensions, order priority, with a column for each dimension member. To break sales and profit out into their own columns, we need a dimension. That's what measure names is for. It's a dimension whose members are our measures. We'll remove sales and profit from text and bring measure names to columns. It says no measure values because measure names and measure values work hand in hand. Measure names can be thought of like the labels for the measures, so we need to have values associated with those labels. We'll bring measure values to text. By default, all measures are brought into the view, and they show up on a new measure values card. We can simply drag off the ones we don't want. To bring out only specific measures to a measure value card, we can control-click the measures we want, along with the dimension, and then, using Show Me, select Text Table. This automatically brings out measure names and measure values to the appropriate places with just the measures we selected on the measure value card. Measure names and measure values are useful for more than just text tables. Here we have a line chart of sales broken out by segment. If we want to compare all the segments together on the same axis, we simply move the dimension to color. And now we have all three lines together. But what if we want to look at three measures on the same axis? We can dual axis too, but not the third. So how can we get three measures in the same line chart? With measure names and measure values. First, let's bring measure names to the filter shell. We only want to look at sales, profit, and shipping cost. These measures all have units of dollars. It wouldn't make sense to put discount, which is a percentage, on the same axis as profit, which is dollars. Now we'll bring measure values to rows and measure names to colors. Note that we only get the three we selected in our filter, and it's three measures on the same axis. Measure names can also be used to provide labels for text tables. Here we have region on rows and sales on text. The word region appears above the regions, letting us know what these are, but there's nothing similar above the numbers. How can we easily display the field labels for the measure? If we bring out measure values and drop it on top of the sales value, measure values will replace sales on text. Measure names will automatically appear on the filter for only sales, and sales will move to the measure value card. And more to our point, the label sales appears above the column of numbers. To come full circle, if we wanted to add more measures to this table, we could simply add them to the measure values card. Now that we understand why Tableau is using measure names and measure values, hopefully you have a greater understanding of how to put your new skills to use when building pivot tables and controlling visualizations in Tableau. Thank you for watching this video on measure names and measure values. We invite you to continue with the free training videos to learn more about using Tableau.
Okay, next is the percentage of total profit by province after acquisition.
นี่นะอาจารย์ครับ I cannot type equation นะครับ for total sale Can I share my screen ครับ There are some error
Yeah. Okay.
in this one ครับ
If no, you need parentheses is a round parentheses before sum. Sum micro. Just do it again, I think. Just erase that and just type if no sum. Here, change the micro, the one behind, change to sales.
This one นะครับ
Yeah, and also you need to go to change the name. Sales told us, change back on the field, change to sales. Okay, here's what happened. I was discussing this. Go to the axis, like the label on the sales micro and sales told us on the, the chart. Click, double click, or right click. And then edit alias down there, edit alias. And just type in again, sales dash micro dash. Okay. And then go to the data pane on the left, the sales told us, the menu, the under measure names, all the way left to the left, under data sheet, no, left of the, yes. Down to the sales told us, double click or rename it, right click, no, go back, no, go back to that.
This one
Right click on the arrow. Is there rename, change it back to sales, just like delete everything and just change it to sales. Yes, okay. Now go to no. What the? Go back to the axis. Go back to the sales on your chart. Yes, right click, edit alias. Name it sales told us. It's told us, right? Is this one told us? Yes. Okay. Okay, now go to micro. Go to the micro data set, up, all the way up. Above the told us, yes, click. And then go change sales micro to sales.
So why we cannot rename at this?
Because we are going to use the sales field to sum both sheets. So that's why we want the name to be the same. Otherwise, it would just like, you would have to type like sales told us plus sales micro, which may be complicated. Now go, you already have sales micro on the label, which is okay, cool. Now go back to the told us sheet. And just do the create calculated field. Do you have, Okay, just type in again. Some sales. So now some sales would just sum the sales of both. Okay, if now some micro. Delete that the micro. You need to just type in micro again. Yeah, delete everything and type micro. Capital M. Now select the micro from the list. Yes. Okay. Delete like the count thing. Delete extra parentheses. And then change the micro in the parentheses to sales. Type capital SAL. I think you need to delete the other one too. It's not taking, you need to, yeah, delete it first. Delete extra parentheses. Go back to the, why is it not taking the, can you try again, like type micro, just type, and you have to select from the menu. Capital M.
อาจารย์คะ I think you should delete from the sum and type again.
Yeah. Okay. Click sum. Okay, and go to the parentheses. Select micro from down there. Yes. And then in the parentheses of the micro, type sales. The back, delete it. Type capital SAL. No, wait. Just it doesn't show. Why though? Go to delete count.
The count one.
Go to delete count. Delete. I think you need to type micro again. Erase, like highlight everything. Type micro, M, capital M, I. Okay, now delete count. Okay, go to micro. Why is it not? Okay, let's just try sales. Try type sales, SA. Okay, let's just try completing it, comma.
Can you click on the calculation contains error like the below? Okay, can you okay, after dot sales, click on the last line at the last one, right? And then click comma 0 and then comma 0 comma.
Comma 0 comma.
Wait. Comma. No, 0. I mean, sorry. Close parentheses. Can you click on the calculation contains error below? Okay, click OK first. Click OK first, and then go back to the micro data source on the top. And you click sales. Okay, can you go back to the totals again? And then can you right click on the total sales? Click edit. Okay, that's fine.
Excuse me, because I have this problem before and now I fix it. Can you try like delete all of from the sum? No, the second sum. And also delete the parentheses, the open parentheses. Oh yes, and you include the open and close parentheses. Yes, and you go inside and you type micro. I'm not sure why have like the sales one, because when I try, I think you shouldn't you shouldn't choose like this one, the table one, because it will be like the function count.
Yeah, I don't know why is it not, it doesn't look like a sheet. Why is it an M in front?
I have another way. Can you close Tableau and can you open again?
Open again. Yeah.
Because sometimes
Save first.
it's like
Do you want to save?
Save it first and then close and open again.
I'm sorry, what is the name of the cells in micro that you use?
It's sales.
So
You change
can you try the one I told you before? Go back into the calculated field. Yes, and you delete like I said before. Yes, and you type sales like the name you save in micro. No sales. The same name that you use. Yes, and you the bottom one. Yes. Okay. And you just complete it with the no, it has to be not double parentheses.
Oh, okay, I got it. I think that I know the problem
Yes.
now. It's the space bar behind the sales. Can you click? Okay, click OK first.
You have to go to your name, the name sales on micro. I think you put a space bar. Go to micro and check. Yeah, double click rename. Delete the space. You have extra space. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, now it should work.
You drag it to measure values. Measure
here. The mark under the mark pin. Yes. Measure down, all the way down. Down more. No. To under measure. Yes, there. Okay. Yeah.
รู้ไหมเราทำเลย
โอเคค่ะ โอเค thank you so much ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Okay, now, so what would happen if we don't use if now? Then what would happen is wherever like there's no data for the sales micro, it would not show the total sales bar. It would not add like this and 0. So that's why we need to use if null. Next is we have total profit. No, we just have total sales. Now we want total profit. So what we did was total sales, and it's just like a bar chart of the value. Next, we want percent total profit by province after acquisition. And again, when you do your case study, you can do like the percent after sales, before sales. Okay, so percent of total profit by province for TOLUS after acquisition, and we want to use the map. So create another sheet, name it profit map. select TOLAS, this TOLAS sheet database, and then create new calculated field profit. Who's in the lobby? Create calculated field, name it profit. And then sales minus, this would just be the data for the TOLAS. So this will create profit for TOLAS sheet. In Young, I'm just wondering, why is this sum sales? Why is it summing both sheets?
What do you mean, Nakab?
Like, why, like when we do sum sales on each sheet, it will sum the sales of each worksheet, each data sheet, right? But here we want the sum sales of both data sets. Oh, because we're in TOLAS, right? So we are in TOLAS. So this sales belong to the TOLAS sales, right?
Right, exactly.
So before we could have done, if we rename, like if we name them separately, we could also use like sum TOLAS sales. If we change the name on the left pane, just like I did at first, we could just like, if we change the name here to TOLAS sales, then we could just type sum TOLAS sales plus if now micro, and then here would be micro sales. It would work also, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's like in Excel where when you type a formula in one worksheet, it does not have to specify the worksheet, right? Because it assumes that you're working in the current worksheet. But when you're referring to the other worksheet, you have to like write the worksheet name. Same thing in here.
Okay, thank you. So we have created the profit for TOLAS sheet. Now we want to do the same for the other sheet, which is micro. So just go to select this micro and then create another field that is profit. Again, we could name it like profit micro, but it's just that when we do the calculation, we have to remember what it is. That might be like error. So this one is profit would be some sales. Just go back. It would just be sales minus. Because we want the profit by each field, which is not aggregated. That is why we don't put the sum in. So just do sales minus, and then in parentheses, marketing expense plus operations expense. And this will create the profit for micro. And now we go back to TOLAS sheet because we always want to work from the bigger like data set. And now we are going to create total profit. which we will sum like the profit from both. So this would belong to the sheet that we are in, which is actually the TOLUS. And this is just saying it's the other worksheet that we will refer to, which is micro. So we go to sum profit, create calculated field, and this would be total profit, and then sum profit. Sum profit plus if null. If null. And then we want micro. Delete the count. Micro and then profit. And then 0. Let's see what's missing. If null. And then sum profit if null. Do I need another parenthesis? Nope. If null micro dot profit.
You have to add some ครับอาจารย์ in front of micro.
Okay. Is that I put parentheses here?
You have to put parentheses in the back of profit, at the back of profit. Right.
Okay.
Should work now.
Okay, so we have total profit for like summing both TOLUS and micro here. Let's save it. Okay, this is low. Sum profit if null. Maybe we should just use this data set for the afternoon. I don't know. Drag province to rows and total profit to columns. We want to show the map. Province to row. And then total profit to columns. And we want the map. And then the location is wrong. So click here, edit location, Thailand. Okay. And now we want to show the profit in percentage. So first, just drag total profit to label first, so it shows the total profit label. But then we don't really want this number. We want percent of total. Just go back to here. Right click on the label, aggregate total for profit. This one, right click, and then quick table calculation, and then percent of total. Now it's showing percentage of total. Okay, so next is moving average. To charge. So create a new worksheet, name it moving average. And then drag date to columns and change it to Am I back on? I was disconnected, right? Hello?
You're back, ครับอาจารย์
Yeah, okay. Drag date. Drag date to columns. Change it to month. May 2015. Drag profit to rows. Total profit to rows. Now it's like the graph. And now we just want to graph. One is to show like the total profit without being moving average, and then we want another one to be moving average. So we would drag to profit to rows so that it would show both graphs. It's at first it's not showing on the same, but that's fine. Select quick table calculation. Go to this one here and then quick table calculation, moving average. And this changes to moving average. See, can I edit color? Let's see if I move this. Is there a way, like, can we just do this? No. Doesn't work. So let's just do average. No, total profit. Just drag on here again. It's not showing. It's just the same. So I'll go here and do quick table calculation and moving average. So it's showing moving average now. In Young, how do I change the color of this one?
I think how can you move the aggregate total profit out again? Let me see. Yes.
What?
I think it should automatically pop up. Can you drag the measure name into the color?
Measure names.
But it should not.
Okay. It's not showing like.
Can you remove? Can you remove everything again, Kap? I think there's something wrong. The total profit, right? The total profit. and also the measure name.
Oh.
Okay, can you drag date into the columns again? Okay, and drag the total sales.
I think we want total profit.
Yeah, profit. Yeah. Total profit into the row, and then let's see, and then you drag another one into the right, to the right right edge of the chart. And then one of them, can you do it again? But the color does not change, right?
Yeah, the color does not change.
Let me see, Ajahn. I'm working with a different version in here.
For the color, you can drag the measure name into color.
Yeah, but the color is just weird. How do I change? Can I change the color myself?
Why no point of both line is not the same point, because in the slide they start in the same point.
Because one is moving average and one is okay.
Oh, Ajahn, can you?
Yeah.
I know how to say that one. Can you remove one of the aggregate total profit? Can you remove this any, I think. And then can you drag the total profit again into the rows? To the rows. And then drag the let me see. Okay, drag the total profit, one of them, into the not the edge, but into the left pane. Can you click on aggregate total profit, the peel on top? And then click drag, and then go to the left of the chart. The left of the chart. Can you go a bit left? Right, and then drop it to there.
Okay.
Yep. So when you drop it, you should not drop it onto the edge, but rather you should drop it onto the y-axis label, because if you bring it to the edge, it creates a dual axis. We don't want a dual axis. This is
okay. Yeah. Okay. So we got it.
อาจารย์ครับของผมมันบอกว่าพอเปลี่ยนเป็น moving average นะครับตรง total profit พอเปลี่ยนเป็น moving average แล้วมันบอกว่าmoving average not invalid นะครับsorry total profit is invalid นะครับแบบมันไม่ขึ้นโชว์มาครับ
Total profit is invalid น่าจะมี calculation อะไรผิดสักอย่างแชร์สกรีนครับ
เนี่ยครับ
just remove everything and try again, I think. In Young, do you know what's going on?
Maybe you can try close the program and open it again. I faced this problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try.
It's just glitchy, I guess. Share the screen back.
Okay, got it ครับ
Okay. Yeah, it's just glitchy.
อาจารย์ค่ะ
ค่ะ
My still doesn't work.
What?
My still doesn't work. I have the same problem as him.
Close the Tableau and then just like open it again. It just
I already
still doesn't
did.
work.
Yeah.
Then share your screen. Just remove and do again, I think. Did you like open and do again already?
Yes.
Well, in your any ideas?
I think it's a bug ครับอาจารย์ it should not happen like this
อาจารย์ค่ะ
on Facebook with the Tableau.
For
I
think it,
the same problem, but I wait a few moments and it work ค่ะ
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess you just need to close and then just wait.
Yeah,
for
Can
me,
I
I
just put on?
fix it by change the total profit name ครับอาจารย์
Change total profit name. Just rename it.
Yes, from the left data table here.
Okay.
Just change to something. I add 1 to it.
It's just yeah.
This one
Okay.
I also can change. Oh, okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like bug. Yeah. Okay.
It's bug because of total profit name is have like another value of total profit name, so it's bugging.
That's another total profit. No.
ยังไงนะครับเมื่อกี้
No, it doesn't. I don't know why, but just it
No,
doesn't.
I mean in ในสูตรนะครับมันมีคำว่า total profit อยู่ในสูตรมันก็เลยงงว่าแบบเป็น total profit ตัวไหนก็เลยเปลี่ยนชื่อ total profit เป็นอะไรก็ได้ครับ
That's no total profit. Never mind. I don't know. It's just like something weird going on. Okay. So we can also change like the moving average, whether how many we want, like how many of the periods to do the moving average. So we can go to like the aggregate total profit, the one that we did the moving average. I don't know which one. See. I think it's this one that has the triangle. So edit table calculation, and we see it's moving average. And then we are like moving average of 2 periods. So we can click on here and then we can change it. Like, let's say we want the moving average of how many periods before and then after as well. We could maybe like use the value after or before like that to do the average. So let's just see if we use previous to and next to, then it would be 2 here, 2 here. And then, yeah, so we're done, and now we can just like create the dashboard. And the workshop or the assignment is going to be like you will create a dashboard and then just do analysis, just like what we did the past 2 weeks. Describe the impact of the acquisition on the profit, like total sales, total profit of the company. And then you can modify the existing charts and just like explain how you do the analysis. What other charts do you create? You will make with your group, and this time I want you to like present like a kind of like a story as well, and present your insights of your analysis, the result of acquisition on the company's sales and profits. And In Young, do you think that we have enough time to like let them do the different data sets and also discussion? Or should we just do this?
I mean, for the afternoon session?
Yeah, because we need like the data, and then they need to do discussion and analysis and then present. So I don't know if it will be enough time if they do like a new data set. You think it will be okay?
How about we call an early lunch, and whoever finishes lunch first, you can start working on it.
Okay, fine.
So that when presenting, it could be quicker, So I mean,
so we use a new data set, right?
For right, Kawa-chan.
Okay. Let's see. So you do grading like the worksheet, just like one group, one worksheet. Is that fine, or you want them to do separate?
I think if it's a group work anyway, I think one
worksheet,
would be fine.
one workbook. Okay. So I have 2 data sets up here, and it doesn't really matter like which data set you use. Somehow it didn't get published.
It's still, I think it's still
draft. Yeah, it's a draft. I'll just post it. So I have 2 data sets. The one is like Neki, and then this is In Young's, like he prepared this data. So this is like the information about what you have to do. And then there are 2 files for each case. And let me go and do another one, 6- set 2. Let's just work in group of 6 like we did. So if you cannot do 6, then do 4 to 6. We try to get it like less than 12 groups, okay? Post. And just like before, just come and type your name, the name of the group under this. I want 6 groups in each. So the first one is just group 1 to 6. It doesn't really matter which data set you work with. So this group 1 to 6 and this group from group 7 and so on. Okay, just type your name and name of the group up here. And then just go for lunch, come back, work on the data. And I think we will have to like start presenting around 3 p.m. because so that we have more time, or even earlier. Okay, let's just take I would want to go for 6, but you can, if you don't have 6, you can work with 4. So from 4 to 6, I guess. I want no more than 12 groups.
So we're starting. We're start presenting at 1.
No. Start presenting at 2:30 or 2.
Oh, okay.
Let's just see. Yeah. Okay.
So you guys, if you have time, you can start working on your project right away. Your presentation right away, so that we have more time.
And then each group will have to submit like the workbook, and also like do presentation and post like the slide also. Yeah. Okay.
แล้วอันที่ทำอยู่ต้องส่ง
Remind me, like make sure that like we record the presentation. Okay. And each group, when you work, I want you to record like your discussion as well in the group chat, just like last time. Okay. Okay. I'll end recording for now.